They are some of the most secretive places in the world. They are guarded with 24-hour security and access is granted to only a select few. That's why Vidello Productions is taking a look at 25 places you cannot go or you're forbidden from seeing. Number 25. Chernobyl Sarcophagus. When you think of Chernobyl, you think of disaster, and that is exactly what you find if you visit the town of Pripyat in the Ukraine. The site is the location of the Chernobyl nuclear reactor, and Reactor 1 is now covered with a massive protective sarcophagus that keeps the deadly radiation inside. Only authorized people are allowed inside the building, and long-term exposure to the internal reactor will cause massive radiation sickness in a matter of minutes. Even visiting the town outside requires you to have radiation detectors at all times, stay away from certain areas, and be accompanied by an armed guard from the Russian military. Number 24. Fort Knox. It's known as one of the most secure places on the planet and is located in Kentucky, south of Louisville and north of Elizabethtown. The vault is protected by multiple layers of security. The staff are kept a closely guarded secret, and it's thought to hold the largest amount of gold reserves in the known world. Layers of security include wire fences, guard towers both on the building and the perimeter, motion detection systems both on the building and in the ground, and the whole site is right next door to one of the biggest military bases in the state. Inside, the vault can only be unlocked with 3 people present, and some of the security features include biometric iris and fingerprint scanning. The whole complex is built in a massive open space that allows those working there to see exactly who's coming long before they arrive. The vault features a 25-ton blast door and granite walls that can withstand a nuclear strike. It's even rumoured to contain a SAM missile defence system and several snipers on its ramparts. Number 23. The Queen's Bedroom. Thinking of visiting Buckingham Palace in London? Well, there's one place you won't be going, and that is the Queen's private residence. Her bedroom is located within the complex, and it has 24-hour security and biometric access. Outside the residence, police and the Queen's own personal guards keep watch over her home 24/7. It's not the most secure place on the planet, however, as in 1982, Michael Fagan was able to get into the room by using a ladder. The outer perimeter of the palace has guards with sniffer dogs, and yes, they are armed. Number 22. Area 51. Possibly one of the most famous places on our list, it's been the site of the most famous conspiracy theories on the planet. Located in the Nevada desert, this complex is protected by a large security force that includes the American Air Force, Army, and a selection of secretive personnel called the Camo Dudes. Rumours say the area around the base is covered in landmines, and a mass of in-ground sensors can detect the difference between human and animal. The roads leading into the complex have CCTV, and signs warn those who enter that deadly force is authorised if they cross the lines. Number 21. The Coca Cola Vault. Housing one of the most secret soft drink recipes in the world is the Coca Cola Vault. Part of the World of Coca-Cola Experience Museum in downtown Atlanta, the massive vault door can be seen as you enter the vault itself. The formula has been stored in a vault in the SunTrust Bank in Atlanta before it was moved to the new site. Visitors to the attraction can go through a multimedia experience that allows you to create your own brand of Coca-Cola and see how it stands up to the current recipe. The recipe was previously stored in a secure train car, and before that, a mysterious room called the Triangle Room. Number 20. The Svalbard Seed Vault. With the threat of world extermination ever present, several governments around the world decided to create a safe vault to store a copy of all the world's seeds in case of emergency. The vault is the ultimate insurance policy for the world's food supply, offering options for future generations to overcome the challenges of climate change and population growth. The seed vault has a capacity to store 4.5 million varieties of crops. Each variety will contain on average 500 seeds, so a maximum of 2.5 billion seeds may be stored in the vault. A temperature of -18 degrees C is required for optimal storage of the seeds, which are stored and sealed in custom-made 3-ply foil packages. The packages are sealed inside boxes and stored on shelves inside the vault, which is buried deep under the permafrost that allows it to remain frozen even without power. Number 19. Room 39, North Korea. Located in the secretive communist country of North Korea lies a secret building in the country's capital, Pyongyang. Known as Room 39, this building is thought to channel illegal money to the nation's current leader, Kim Jong-un. It's thought that monies collected for the royal court economy, the proceeds which allow him to buy expensive gifts for loyal followers, all flow through this building. Don't expect to get anywhere near it though, as not only is going to North Korea extremely dangerous, if you're caught doing anything wrong, you could face years in a workers' camp or worse. Not to mention that your time in the country is closely watched by a group of minders at all times. Number 18. Snake Island. Located off the coast of Brazil is a large rocky island that has become known as the feared Snake Island. The island is home to the world's deadliest snake, aka the golden lance-head viper. Not only is their venom able to melt human flesh within minutes of contact, the venom has enough toxicity to kill humans with a single bite. Access to the island is banned by the Brazilian government, and it's thought there may be as many as 4,000 snakes on the island. The island sits 32 kilometers off the Sao Paulo coast and is known to be visited by only a select number of scientists and occasionally the Brazilian Navy. Number 17. The Lascaux Caves, France. This set of caves in southwestern France has one of the largest sets of wall-painted murals in the world. The 600 wall paintings that depict deer, horses and cows are thought to have been painted roughly 17,000 years ago. With the opening of the caves after World War II, many of the paintings on the walls started to fade and the caves were shut as a result to protect the images inside. Mold had begun to grow on the cave walls and the caves have remained shut to the public since 2001. Number 16. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island is one of the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal. The island belongs to the South Andaman Administrative District, which is part of the Indian Union Territory of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It's been dubbed one of the world's most dangerous places to visit due to the fact that the tribe that lives there has no contact with the outside world and is extremely volatile to unwelcome guests. 2 fishermen were murdered on the island after they accidentally landed there when their anchor failed while they were asleep. Rumours spread that the tribe had cooked and eaten the bodies, however this was debunked during a repatriation operation that uncovered 2 shallow graves from onboard a helicopter that came under fire from the tribe. The island is currently surrounded by a 3-mile exclusion zone. Number 15. Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is a 2,700-acre campground located at 20601 Bohemian Avenue in Monte Rio, California, belonging to a private San Francisco-based men's art club known as the Bohemian Club. In mid-July last year, Bohemian Grove hosted a 2-week, 3-weekend encampment of some of the most prominent men in the world. The Bohemian Club's all-male membership and guest lists includes artists, particularly musicians, as well as many prominent business leaders, government officials, including former US presidents, senior media executives, and people of power. The Grove is particularly famous for a Manhattan Project planning meeting that took place there in September 1942, which subsequently led to the atomic bomb. Number 14. Ice Grand Shrine. Regarded to be the home of the sacred mirror, the shrine is one of Shinto's holiest and most important sites. Access to both sites is strictly limited, with the common public not allowed beyond the sight of the thatched roofs of certain structures hidden behind 4 tall wooden fences. However, tourists are free to roam the forests, including its ornamental walkways. The shrine buildings are rebuilt every 20 years as part of the Shinto belief of death and renewal of nature as a way of passing building techniques on from one generation to the next. The main shrine is thought to contain the sacred mirror, with the building hidden behind a large fence, and photos of the area are strictly prohibited. Number 13. Mormon Church Secret Vault. Also known as the Great Mountain Records Vault, this massive complex belongs to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and is 600 feet into the north side of an igneous rock mountain in the state of Utah. Records stored include genealogical and family history information, and access to the site is prohibited to the public with a heavy security presence in place. Some of the strict security features include motion detection cameras, temperature control, and even heat sensors. There is also thought to be a second vault further up the mountain that's unconnected to the church's vault. Number 12. The secret Vatican archives. Located deep beneath the Vatican City lies a vault of secret archives that has existed since biblical times. Access to the archives is strictly controlled with tight security and advanced features keeping them from being seen by the outside world. The archives are thought to contain state papers, correspondence, papal bank account books, and many other documents which the Church has accumulated over the centuries. The Vatican secret archives have been estimated to contain 53 miles of shelving, and there are 35,000 volumes in the selective catalogue alone. The only way to read documents within the archive is to request them and have them brought to you. However, documents that are not yet 75 years old are completely inaccessible. Number 11. White's Gentlemen's Club. Currently the most exclusive gentlemen's club in England, this club was founded in 1963 by Francis White to sell the newly discovered hot chocolate, but eventually became a very private gentlemen's club. Not only are women completely forbidden from entering the club, if a man wishes to enter, they must have the support from a sitting member who also has the support from 2 other members. Number 10. Moscow Metro 2. Running parallel to the public underground system in Moscow is a secret tube system that was built during the reign of Stalin and nicknamed D6 by the KGB. It's rumoured that the underground station dwarfs the public metro, and 4 lines that run between 50 and 200 metres deep, allowing the Kremlin to connect directly with FSB headquarters, the government HQ, the government airport, and even an underground town. When the FSB was asked about the tunnels, they neither confirmed or denied their existence, fueling the rumours even further. Number 9. Pine Gap. This site is known as Australia's Area 51 and is home to what has been recently described as a monitoring station and military base that conducts secret drone strikes. The whole area sits under a no-fly zone, is run by the Australian government and the CIA, and is located somewhere in the centre of the country. Hardly any other information is known about the site, it's that secret. Number 8. The first Google data centre. Possibly one of the only places that has as much, if not more security than Area 51, this massive complex sits in the state of Oregon. Being the first data centre for the company, it's thought to house trillions of files of data that have been collected from the creation of the search engine. Everything from users' search habits, every website on Earth, credit card files, and security documents are thought to be housed in this building. The insides are reported to be lined with multicoloured pipes, and you need some kind of transport to get around. Yes, it's massive. Number 7. The Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant, also known as the Ark of the Testimony, is a gold-covered wooden chest described in the book of Exodus as containing the 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. According to various texts within the Hebrew Bible, it also contained Aaron's rod and a pot of manna. The chapel of the tablet at the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Axum allegedly houses the original Ark of the Covenant, although it's thought to be kept in a secure armoury nearby and is definitely not public. The strangest thing about this part on our list is that it's currently more of a myth, as the controlling factors refuse to reveal the Ark. Number 6. Chenin Mountain. Buried deep under Chenin Mountain is a military installation and nuclear bunker located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The base has its own built-in power plant, water system and cooling system, with the base able to handle thousands of personnel. The North American Air Defense Command, or NORAD for short, has its base here and continually watches the skies for any sign of invasion into the United States. In 2007, most of the base was moved to different locations, and now just a skeleton crew remains, sometimes only being staffed when necessary. The base is well known for featuring heavily in the TV programme Stargate SG-1. Number 5. Bank of England Vaults. Another underground fortress similar to that of Fort Knox in the USA, the Bank of England Vaults now hold some of the largest gold deposits in the world. It's thought gold stored here could total somewhere in the region of $248 billion and total 6,256 tons, taking up 300,000 square feet of space. The vaults have to be accessed by several 3-foot-long keys, and this is still considered safer than just having electronic access, although this also exists within the complex. Visitors have to speak a password into a microphone that matches voices to a select few samples, and temperature controls, CCTV and motion detectors are also thought to be in existence. Number 4. Mount Weather, Virginia. Home to the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Operations Center, this base also goes under the name of the High Point Special Facility. Mount Weather is the location of a control station for the FEMA National Radio System, which is a high-frequency radio system connected to most federal public safety agencies and the US military within most states. It also allows the President to access the emergency alert system, and according to a letter to the editor of the Washington Post, after the September 11th attacks, most of the congressional leadership was evacuated to Mount Weather by helicopter. Number 3. RAF Menwith Hill. Located near Harrogate in North Yorkshire, United Kingdom, RAF Menwith Hill is a Royal Air Force station that has been described as one of the largest electronic monitoring stations in the world. The site acts as an underground station for a number of satellites operated by the US National Reconnaissance Office on behalf of the US National Security Agency. The antennae are contained in a large number of highly distinctive white randomes, and the base is alleged to be an element of the Echelon system. RAF Menwith Hill is commanded by a Royal Air Force officer, supported by an RAF element, whilst a large contingent of support services are provided by the United States Air Force, 421st Air Base Group, and US National Security Agency. Number 2. Mount Yamantau. Nicknamed Wicked Mountain, Mount Yamantau is located in the Ural Mountains, Russia. It stands at 1,640 meters and is the highest mountain in the southern Urals. Along with Kovinsky Mountain, 600 kilometers to the north, it is suspected by the United States of being a secret nuclear facility and bunker, as well as being used for communication purposes. Large excavation projects have been observed by US satellite imagery as recently as the late 1990s, during the time of Boris Yeltsin's government after the fall of the Soviet Union. Number 1. Surtsey Island. Surtsey is a volcanic island located approximately 32 kilometers from the south coast of Iceland. The new island formed by volcanic eruptions that took place from 1963 to 1967, and since its birth it has been protected, providing the world with a pristine natural laboratory. Since they began studying the island in 1964, scientists have observed the arrival of seeds carried by ocean currents, the appearance of molds, bacteria and fungi, followed in 1965 by the first vascular plant, of which there are now 10 species. The island is currently off limits to all but the scientists, who are granted special permission to visit it. Thanks for stopping by and watching our video on 25 places you cannot go or you're forbidden from seeing. Please throw a like on the video and share it on social networks to support the series. Throw a comment down below in the comment section if you think I have missed anything out of the video. And don't forget to subscribe, as we have many more top 25 videos coming soon.